My name is Sarah Levine, and I'm the Executive Director at Jewish Family Vocational Service here in Middlesex County. Jewish Family and Vocational Service, which I'm going to call JFVS for short, is a not-for-profit human service agency that services the entire community. Many people feel that you need to be Jewish to come to JFVS. You don't. We service everybody regardless of their religion, their race, their ethnic background, or any other thing that might set them apart from other people. JFVS is rooted in the culture and the tenets of Judaism, and we really share that with everyone in our community. Most of the work that we do, or the predominant amount of work that we do here at JFVS, is with senior adults. We see people at all ages along the spectrum of senior adulthood, from young seniors in their 60s all the way up to people in their 90s. The services that we provide for seniors have many, many facets. Kosher Meals on Wheels, home-delivered kosher food to seniors who can no longer cook and shop for themselves, is one of our major programs. We have many projects that include socialization because it's a proven fact that if you're more social, more out with people, it's much better for both your physical and emotional health. There are many programs here on the northern end of the county. Our Elder Day program, our Senior Nutrition Cameo program are located in Highland Park. And we have many programs down in the Monroe Township office because there are so many seniors that live in that part of the county.
My daughter-in-law, the one that passed, she was the one that called and got information, and because I couldn't stand at the stove and cook anymore, lunch meals, but I was only getting one meal at that time. And I said, gee, maybe I can get 2 meals, it would be easier.
Right.
And everybody was so nice. I love your stuffed cabbage.
Yes, so that's fine. Talk about what you like. Go ahead.
I love that stuffed cabbage.
Yeah, that's your favorite meal.
Yeah. And one of your nice people actually saved my life by calling you to tell you that I wasn't answering the door, and I always answer the door with a smile. He called my son, thank God. He came over, and I was on the living room floor, and he called the first aid, because when I was sick or something, I was always glad to see a smiling face come through the door.
I look forward to having the 2 meals. And they come three times a week, which is perfect for me. And the warm meal is ready to eat if I want it, which is wonderful. And of course, the meal that's brought for the cold, I can have for supper or vice versa. Either one works fine. And the people that deliver it are they're sensational.
Somebody said to me, you know, they have kosher meals on wheels. I was just really surprised, because I didn't expect it. And that's how I got in touch with your agency and got interviewed by a social worker and met Sarah and all nice people. I consider like a godsend, because the people that come, the volunteers, are absolutely magnificent, wonderful people. The surprise is that they come in all weather, just when I think they wouldn't come, like about the postman, neither snow, nor sleet, nor hail, nor freezing rain, nothing. They will come regardless. Okay. That is a astounding, wonderful job, because, I mean, you have to please so many people. It's fantastic.
That's right.
We have many projects that include socialization because it's a proven fact that if you're more social, more out with people, it's much better for both your physical and emotional health. There are many programs here on the northern end of the county. Our Elder Day program, our Senior Nutrition Cameo program are located in Highland Park. And we have many programs down in the Monroe Township office because there are so many seniors that live in that part of the county. Friendly visitors are another way of getting socialization that comes to your home because you can no longer come out and share socialization activities with others in the community settings.
And I remember that it was a very nice program. It was good for me to get out of the house and to see people. And then we had breakfast. It was very nice. They gave me breakfast here. And I take my lunch home every day, and I have it for dinner at night. I don't even know how to cook anymore. That's the only bad part. Yeah, well, Vera's in charge of the program. Well, you know, kind of one of the, not volunteers, but she works there. Very nice lady.
Okay.
And what she tells us a story, and then sometimes she'll ask us questions if we remember what it's all about, you know, or sometimes there's like a judge, they call it, you know. And she's good for our minds. And then we play games sometimes. She'll give you she'll write on the board. She'll say A, B, C, D, different things. Vegetable, fruit, a vegetable, what country did you come from? What's the occupation? You know, things like that. And it's stimulating, it's very healthy for you. You know what I mean? So you come home from the program and you don't feel like you just didn't do anything. Sometimes a storyteller will come, and I forgot her name. What's her name, that one? She comes in and she tells a story. She always comes and tells us all about Jewish holidays. I can't recall her name for the moment. And it's very interesting, you know what I mean? There's always things that you didn't remember that when she starts talking about it, you recall, and it's good for your mind. Everything is good for your mind and your body and your soul. I think they should come here. I think it's very good for them, stimulating, like I just said. And then they get a hot meal. I mean, what else do you want? I think it's wonderful. And then you see nice people. If I didn't have that, I think I'd go and Buckshire, whatever you want to call it. I would go. I sometimes I don't feel like getting up in the morning to go, but I push myself. I get up and I take my shower and I make my bed and I get dressed and I have my coffee and my vitamins, and then I go downstairs and wait for the bus.
The benefit is if they're able, physically able, to get up and get around, it's very nice to change the scope of their day. It changes being with other people rather than being alone or with your daughter or son continually and sort of get bored by being at home. I mean, if you can't watch TV, or if you do watch TV, after a while that gets boring. You like to have a change in your outlook of the day and different days. And occasionally we've had 1 or 2 times when we've had trips. Overall, it's a good thing for older people, because what do you do? Just sit and vegetate or do things? Part of it had to do with my wife and daughter not really forcing me, suggesting to me that it's something different than just sitting home, lying in bed, not doing very much, or not going out. When you get older and you can't get around, this is a way to get out and get around.
The good thing about this program is I meet different people and I have different ideas and we talk different things. So instead of sitting home doing nothing, talking to people, and besides, they provide us transportation, give us breakfast, give us lunch. What else you can ask for? If you are staying home, seniors, staying home, you are doing nothing. The best thing you could do is doing watching or reading. So why don't you go out to the senior program and socialize and be more functional? This way you reap the benefit of the grouping and talking to each other.
The second division of JFVS that I'd like to share with you is our counseling center. Families and individuals apply for professional counseling services with licensed clinical social workers to really face and solve problems that many of us are facing in our everyday life. Families will apply because there's marital issues. They may apply because a child is not doing well at school. They may apply because they're feeling depressed or anxious. They may apply after the loss of a spouse. Many, many people come to JFVS for counseling services, regardless of whatever their background is, because they know that the professional services here will assist them, that we will be here to work with them over the long term or the short term, and they can come back, should they need to come back, after having decided that they no longer needed to continue with services. JFVS is a provider of vocational and career services. In today's world, we're working with so many people who are either unemployed or underemployed. There's hardly a person who's listening to this today who doesn't know someone who is in that position. JFVS is here to help individuals learn to write a resume or update their resume, help people develop new computer skills or update their computer skills. Think about how to handle themselves in an interview situation. Think about using social media.
I needed to collect unemployment, and I didn't exactly know what to say. I knew I'd have an interview with unemployment. So I came to the center to find out, what I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And, they always told me to be brief and to the point. And with that skill, I always remembered that any time I interviewed while I was going for job readiness was to be brief and to the point. If they wanted any information, answer it and cut out any flowery language. Just tell them what they want.
Great.
Tell them what I need to say. And they told me it wasn't my fault what happened at the job. They also built up my confidence. Well, I first started out with job readiness, which was a 4-month program, once a week, and it helped me with interviewing skills and how to write a resume and how to do a follow-up letter, etc., etc. The Women's Center also told me that I should work harder on my computer skills because it's used in every profession. So they had available hours, and whenever I could, I worked on my computer skills as well as going on interviews. I was also a displaced homemaker. My children were older. I had gone through a divorce. I had already had 9 years of experience, but I had to enter the work world again. Scary on my own. There was a group of at least 8 women. Well, they helped me focus on my goals.
Mm-hmm.
So by focusing, I had to narrow it down to a couple of choices.
Mm-hmm.
Because my interests were all over the place. So
Right.
I had to narrow it down and figure out what was best for me. Well, don't give up hope.
Mm-hmm.
And don't feel sorry for yourself. There isn't time for that. Just find what you want and go for it. I've enjoyed the services that the Women's Center has given me. I've made new friends and developed rapport and enjoy coming here. And I will continue to come even though I am working.
The 4th major division here at JFVS is our Immigrant and Refugee Services. JFVS is an approved provider by the federal government to work with individuals who have immigration issues. We spend much of our time helping them to resolve these immigration issues, helping them to learn English, and helping them to pass the citizenship test. JFVS works only with people who are here legally by the federal standards.
The courses are very interesting because they help to find ourselves how we are here, about the American history, about civics, and about geography. And many of us doesn't know it, so we are very happy to know about it. The teachers are excellent. They have good teaching methods. We really have a good time. It's not like a normal class. We are among friends, and they help and guide a lot. The most important aspect, the most important we are learning here is about the history, because those who come from other countries, we know about history, but we don't know about American history. There are some other services, but there are 2 mistakes with them. First, they're expensive. Second, they don't give a good teaching as here. We have some simulations, activities that permit us to know what are we going to have when we have the test. No, since that is free. That's the most interesting too.
Right.
So it's free. We come here every week, and we can study during the week. My best part of becoming a citizenship is to be a real American and respect the laws. Well, I always respect the laws. maybe have more opportunities in work, and well, with the time maybe retire or stay here or some other place.
The final project I'd like to talk with you about is our Essential Needs Program, which is focused on ensuring that people have food to eat. JFVS has 2 kosher food pantries, one in Milltown and one in Monroe Township. You do not need to be Jewish, you do not need to be kosher to access the food from the kosher food pantry. We're here for everyone in the community who needs food to serve their families. In addition to food throughout the year, JFVS has a very special project at Passover in which we collect or purchase food to help individuals who are Jewish needing to make a Passover holiday. So individuals who may feel that they need this service can apply through the agency at the time of Passover. In addition, at school, at the beginning of the school year, we provide school supplies to children. We also provide Hanukkah and Christmas gifts at the holiday time. I hope that learning about JFVS will help you make decisions whether you or someone you know can benefit from the services that we offer. If you can, or if you know someone who does, please have them contact JFVS by telephone or by email. We welcome their coming to our agency, we welcome serving them, and we know that they, like so many other people who have come here, will benefit from our services.